30th anniversary of the Cooperative Development Authority. We are celebrating 30 years of a very colorful journey of our agency in the fulfillment of its mandate as enshrined in the Philippine Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very fortunate to witness this once-in-a-lifetime event, another milestone in the life of CDA, and that deserves a big, big round of applause, please. So yes, friends, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, let us all begin our celebration with a prayer to be led by Ma'am Lailani Cariaso, Chief of the Administrative Division of the CDA, and please remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Behold your children gathered before you, united in calling, in passion, in the secret drive for what is good and just and noble. United we stand, 3 decades strong, generations of nation servants making us strong to stay. Such strength solid from your grace and your constant presence among us. What we are now, what we were, and what we empower ourselves to be, all in your name we dedicate, all in your glory we offer, all for our country, for our loved ones, and for the future to hold close in our hearts. Keep us in the righteous path. Should we stray, bring us back. Should we falter, help us up. Should the lonely road of the virtuous demand more than what we are willing to give, remind us always that alone we are weak, but with others we are strong. And stronger we shall become as we stand with you, with those who took this road before us, and with those who are to join us. Look kindly on us, keep us close, and keep us just. All we ask in your most holy name. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pagbansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang magiliw, renas na silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dilim mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tulad ka ng matitig, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong ugaw. Mailat ang tula at awit sa pagbayang minamahal, ang isap ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagbibigay. Ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pa may di magdidilim. Luwan ang araw ng wala at ipagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ibigaya dapat may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. So I guess we still have seats over here. We request all other guests to please just come inside and occupy our reserved seats here. So ladies and gentlemen, on a personal note, this moment is very nostalgic for me. I've been with CDA for the past 19 years. I may not have witnessed the 11 years more since the founding of the CDA. But I always believe that all of us have witnessed the transformation of Cooperative Development Authority as it moves towards greater heights and wider horizons. And of course, we are very grateful to the men and women of CDA, to our officials and leaders, past and present, who have come here and joined us in order to celebrate this very momentous occasion. This is once in a lifetime event because today, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us our past and present chairpersons together with our present board of administrators or directors who have joined us in this celebration. And of course, we have our partners in the different national government agencies and cooperatives. So let me acknowledge, ladies and gentlemen, our past and present chairperson of the CDA. So we have with us today Dr. Emmanuel M. Sanchez, sir. Let's give him I guess Sir Roberto Padagaran will be coming. And we also have with us Ma'am Disela de Juarez, one of the very few women who made it to the top of the CDA organizational structure. By the way, Ma'am Juarez is the one very instrumental in having this CDA property, the place that we all hold today. That deserves another big round of applause. We also have with us, of course, our present chairperson. Let's give a big hand to Yusek Orlando Aravanera. And together with our board of directors, we have with us, we have Asek Abdul Salam A. Pinogla, sir. Asek Rela D. Maradillo, ma'am. Asek Abad L. Santos, sir. Asek Vidal D. Villanueva III. Asek Pedagog D. Simban, sir. And of course, Asek Bernilio R. Lasada. So thank you so much for coming. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, to formally welcome us all, let's give a big round of applause to Asek Abdul Salam Pinugla.
Thank you, Doc. In respect to our chair, whose vision is mission to praise people, and to my colleagues, the board, and the members of the TICOM, headed by Executive Director Ray, and of course, sa mga former chairperson of our institution, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. In behalf of our honorable chair, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome everyone. Before I proceed, I would like to, we are very lucky today because we have the attendance of our two prime members of Prime Minister, every parliament members of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, in the person of Madam Jam Ramos. And we understand that Commander Bravo, ang tuna mga kaparis also namin. Minister Bangsamoro Youth Commission. Ito siya. I am very much glad today, especially when I see the faces of former chairperson of our institution. Dahil sila po, this is my first time na nakita ko ito sila. And para sa inyo, I'd like to extend my congratulations and commendation for the enduring legacies and contribution sa public service. I understand that the enactment of this new law, 1164, I'd like to urge you to please continue supporting the cooperative program. because this is, I understand that this is the main partner of the government to support or complete the socio-economic living of the needy people. And as what the President says, especially during the last SONA, that he wanted to see the Filipino people to have a comfortable life. Gusto na magkaroon tayo ng matiwasay, ang payapa at maunlad na pamumuhay. So therefore, I would like to urge everyone to please continue supporting cooperative program. And again, I'd like to welcome you again. Before I'd like to mention the special greetings to the friend of my cousin, Dr. Samsaminang Patuan of Department of Agriculture, si Madam Evangelista. Welcome, Kasek. Yusef. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Asik Sam Ginobla. Again, let me acknowledge, of course, some of our distinguished guests who are with us today. Again, Yusef Christine Evangelista, ma'am, thank you for coming. We also have member of the Parliament of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, John Disimban Ramos. Let's give them a big hand, please. As you can notice, ladies and gentlemen, we have celebrated this milestone in this venue, so closer with each other. Why? Because we want this to be an intimate celebration of one CDA family and our partners, of course, in the cooperative development. Diba sinasabi nila, nasa isang bahay na may malaking pamilya, tayo ay pilit na pinagkasya at sama-samang mabuhay ng masaya. Tama ba? Thank you very much. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear a message from none other than the Chairman of the Board of Directors of Cooperative Development Authority. Let's give a big hand to Yusef Orlando R. Venue.
Thank you so much, Mr. Isa pong maalam, para sa lahat. Noon pong nakaraang 2015, sumigaw po ang buong sambayanang kooperatiba. 100 taong pagpupugay, kooperatiba tulad sa maunlad. Ngayon po, ika-10 na araw ng Marso 2020, sumigaw po tayo ngayon kasama ang 18,000 kooperatiba na may 11 milyong miyembro. CDA, ika-3 dekada, katuwa para sa kaunlaran at pagbabago. Kayaan, pupunan ninyo ako magbigay ng isang taos-pusong pagpupugay sa inyong lahat. Simulan po sa aking mga kasama sa board. Nandito po, on my respect to notice na Asik Merla Black Paradigm. We are very happy to have us, okay? The youngest, si Adik Vidal Villanueva. Of course, we have here also si Asik Benny Simban. Si Asik Sam Ginobla. Of course, bago rin po siya. Si Asik Dr. Virgilio Boy Lazar. Of course, si Asik Juan. Kaya po ninyo na po bigay ng isang thank-you na pagpupugan. Noon po siya ay aming chairman, kino niya po bilang acting executive director niya. Si Dr. Emmanuel Manny Santiago. Salamat po na kinuha ako ng executive director. Kasi kung hindi ako naging chairman. At ito po, isang ginatawag po siya big. Dahil bata ko siya sa akin. Pero siya po ay BB means bright and beautiful. Wow! Si no less than former chair Lizera Ping Guapo. So, mga kasama, no? While I will give my messages, I will also acknowledge those who are here. And so, looking back po, 30 years ago, shall promote the viability and growth of cooperatives as what? As instruments of social justice, equity, and economic development. So promoting social justice kasama and equity in a highly skewed pyramidal societal order is not an easy task. The CDA cannot do it alone with its bigger budget and manpower. Would you believe it? One frontliner CDS would cover 7 cities or 7 municipalities. Ganun po kalaki ang particular. Pero it has become imperative to empower the poor and the vulnerable. Kasi po, based on study, sorry, but why are we poor? Because of the powerlessness of the people to access and control over the resources. And as a countervailing measure, they must administrate collective potential through cooperative sector. And so, such can only be done by forging partnership lines. And so, we are so happy that our partners are here. I would like to first mention, first, I would like to back up my presentation with some presentations if I may. Ito. And so, ang una po is that we are really under DTI. And that we would like to state that we are so lucky to be under a very charismatic secretary, no less than Secretary Manlope. I would like to welcome our former chair, Roberto Obed Pacarana, our co-revolutionary. Alam po ninyo, when Secretary Obed was chairman, Secretary Canadian said something about how revolutionary you are. Siya po ang naging chairman namin. Noon po, Chairman Obel, when I was then the regional director of CDA, Caragas, if you remember. And remember, he wrote a book, if I may, called Cooperative Revolution. At ang sabi po niya noon, and I used to quote him, sa bawat generasyon may revolusyon. Revolusyon kooperatiba, ngayon na, ngayon na. Ang ganda lang muna, kasi paisip ko baka mabuso na ng oras. Ang ganda po ng kanyang libro. I'll tell you that. It's so amazing. And we are now, Mr. Chairman, we're advocating that before. I would like to report to you how we are advocating for that now. Okay? And so, as I was saying, so many things have happened when we were under knowledge than the DTI. Kasi po noon, we were under the OSEP. Remember? At ano nangyari no? Ay, hindi ko lang sasabihin. Would you believe it? We were in the Senate and he was asked, the former secretary, Mr. Secretary, your city is under your office. Can you please tell us what do you think is the function of CDA? Chairman Owen, ang sabi niya, well, simple. The function of CDA is just to operate the conference, you know, think of it come at nandiyan lang. Kaya pala lower ang budget namin, yung pala ang paningin niyo. Sir, it is in chapter 3, nakalagay doon 15 functions to formulate na naman implement integrated complex of that program. Development. Tingnan po ninyo. Pero ngayon po, the new law 11364 from 50 naging what? 37 at that. But nevertheless, we salute the good leadership of Secretary Lopez for that. Kasi meron tayong ease of doing business, empower the micro and the small and the medium enterprise to cooperative business. That's so wonderful. And then I would like also to mention that we are also, ito po yung mga meeting namin with the Secretary. No? Doon po kami sa Senate na, and so on. And then, what we did, ang next po namin sasabihin ko, ay ang aming partnership with the Department of Agriculture. We signed also a MOA with them. And now, we have a new secretary. And well, I came from the Department of Agriculture actually. Of course, Secretary, but we also came from there. After chairman of CDA, he became the secretary of other time. And then during that time, well, si secretary, I was then the chief information officer of the Department of Agriculture. And so along that line po, why did we come up with that? Look at our data. Of the 18,000 cooperatives, more or less, we have about 4,000 who are actually agricultural. But the membership would raise about more than 5 million. Kasi they may not carry the name agricultural cooperatives, but actually by profession they are mga multi-purpose sila. Because agriculture was really multi-purpose na. And so yung 10 to 9 more than 5 million po yan. And so empowering the poor and the oppressed is now the approach. Because it is so difficult. If you're a farmer and you do not own the land, and if you own the land, you do not control the production and marketing. And so on that line, put people in control of their production and marketing. That has been, at ito po ang maganda nangyari sa aming partnership with the CDA. And when I was talking to represented here, by notice that Yusek, Christine, ibang ilas na po. No? Yun po ngayon, sabi po niya, sabi talaga, Chairman, ang dami nyo mabutong. Yes. Understand, don't you know that we have actually cocoa sugar, cocoa milk, and so many. And I was telling her, you know what, Secretary? In this country, buying is like casting a vote, choosing from different economic alternatives. The competition is foreign versus local. That is the problem. We've been buying foreign. And when you buy foreign, you actually support the economy and the jobs where the workers are coming from. And so along that line, the cooperatives now are actually becoming a countervailing force. Ang ganda po talaga ng mga produkto. And so, I salute you for that. Sabi sa akin ni Yusek, you can use our Kadiwa Center for that. Thank you so much for that. And so yung partnership natin, empowering the ecological people because they are now the voice of the poor. Would you believe this? Yusek, every 5 farmers who are going to the cities becoming janitor, waiter, maganda dancer, it shouldn't be. Let us bring them back to farming because farming is a noble profession. Imagine ako pa kahit bayan. And so I have more to say on that, but nevertheless, ang next one I would like to mention of our partnership is no less than TESDA. Wow! Ito po talaga. Very amazing. We signed an agreement, MOA, with, nandito ba ang taga-aman? TESDA. Well, anyway, I would like to underscore the importance of this partnership. Kasi tayo po sa cooperative, we give importance not to money. Actually, the foremost capital sa tatlo po is human capital. Diba? So, developing that potential is uneasy. Because money will just come if you have the skills. Imagine. So, first of all, human capital. And that is the rason d'etre why we have partnership with that. That's that. Kasi po, yun talaga ako namin, how do you know? Kasi nandun kami sa Senate, sasabihin sa akin, Chairman, why is it that there are so many cooperatives who are not actually compliant? Sabi na, it's because of the areas micro and that they cannot avail, they cannot comply with your mandatory training. At talaga kami po namin kasalanan. At least, and so along that line, I will talk about that later when the cooperative is the answer to that. And so along that line po, we are so happy that we have this partnership because I remember a poem written in the county charter. I bet you know that. Yung sinasabi na ng isang author, naglalakad sa sementeryo, at sabi niya, perhaps victory is a heart once filled with celestial fire, for a heart that will be accepted, for a mindset that will be buhay sayang, namatay na lang, wala nangyari. It was created in the image of God, and yet hindi siya na-develop. That is the essence of cooperativism, human capital. And then protect the ecological capital, and that money will just come. So yun po ang namin ngayon sa TESDA. And I would like to tell you about that later, when combatants of the Moro National Liberation Front are surrendering and forming the cooperative. And so another one, if I may, ito po yung aming one. Next please. Ito po, ang maganda. Now, you know what, ang sabi nila, alam mo, Chairman, they are inside the vicious cycle of poverty. Skill development ka dyan. Walang kapital dyan eh. Look at the farmers. Pupunta yan sa mga usurers. Show mo. Utang ng fertilizer, ng seeds, ng tractor mo para makapan. Start to crop. Nakapaon sila sa utang. Nakapaon sa kwan. So, anong liberating force? We are killing 5-6. but not an Indian, 5, 6 lang. And so along that time, we had an agreement with LD. Ano po sabi namin dito? Chairman Rabanera, you give us a list of your micro so that we will finance. Wow! And this time, it was also the intelligence report. Everything works. Kasi sabi talaga ng Presidente, empower the poor and the oppressed. Okay? And so yan po ang aming panoon. No? And next, ito po. The President has ordered us to organize the IPs into cooperatives. Why is that? Why? Because they are the number 1 recruit. Kada 10 daw po ito ay sumasali. Paano? Look at them. They have become the poorest of the poor. And along that line, ang sabi ni Presidente, organize the IPs. Sabi ko, yes sir. Ilang pa na yan? Sabi sa akin ni Alito po yan. Chairman, 1,300 lang yan. Ha? Hindi niya pinagsasabi kami. Wala kami manpower. Yung po niya sabi ko, please empower sa team. But nevertheless, ang ganda po nangyari, and we have been our consultant, si Obed Pagdagalan, who is actually, si Obed Rosales. Obed kasi. Obed Rosales. But we're bringing me along throughout na meron kaming mga empowerment ay galing kami sa Pampanga, sa mga Tita, Jumilita. Galing kami sa Arcosan Sur, ang mga IPs doon nag-surrender, former NPA commander by the name of Dato Subang, si Arnold Acevedo. Dahil sa kanya nag-surrender. Siya pala ay chieftain ng 10,000 Manuko tribe. Wow! Imagine, when he surrendered, sinira niya yung isang training center doon. Ang ginawa niya, nagkaroon ng street center, National Training Program. And nabigyan ko siya ng award. Imagine that. And that they are now bundling cooperativism against insurgency. So mayroon tayo yung bago na naman, cooperative na. And so with that, no, yun po ang natin sa NCIP. And then, next, ito po, alam po ninyo ngayon, I'd like to tell you this, the poorest of the poor are down. Yusef, I like to, according to study, the poorest of the poor are the poor. Of the 13 major bases in the Philippines, 10 are dead already. Why is that? Why? We have been the center of the center of maritime commerce. Why? Naging tapunan na po tayo ng mga basura. And these are highly rejected. And during martial law, we entered an agreement with Japan Committee Council on Education, allowing the computerized trawlers to wreck our seas. Look at what's happening now. So much there. Patay na po. And so along that line, nakikita po sa atin ang mga heads ng DIPAG, Chairman, it's also the order of the President, organize the agricultural use of into cooperatives. And so yan po, so I mentioned this now. So we empower the poor and the vulnerable, especially the poor. And so next, and so along that line, we are also a partnership with the ALG. Because kanina galing kami ni Asipoy sa ALG. Sabi ko, kawawa naman natin mga micro. The local officials, pagsunta ka sa politika, and they will tax you. Huh? So what shall we do? Say ko, sir, you issue a memo that in fact that is guaranteed in the Constitution, the privilege of taxation. Signature man will do that actually the coalition. So wonderful, this partnership. And by the way, during the new charter, we have a new member of the board from the IL. So yung pumapan nila. Because by law, 7116, remember that, they are also equally mandated by law to advance cooperativism in the right. So yun po yan. So along that line, we believe that where there are active LGUs, the cooperative there is very advanced. Diba, Chairman before? Yan totoo po talaga, pag-active doon ng LGU. Kasi the manpower, they have the designated cooperative development officers that we cannot uphold because of lack of resources. So yun po yan. And so with this, next please. Ito naman po, ito sa SIPAN sa DLG po sa opisina, and then we are now finalizing our agreement. Next please. Ito po ang maganda ngayon. We are now in the cataclysmic stage for our systems. We do not know whether we reach the 22nd century, which is 8 years from now. Amazon fire in Australia, and a wildfire in Australia, the Amazons. Every day, 1,000 hectares of the icebergs are melting, 386 meters high. Water resources are scarce now in the Middle East. Sahara Desert is expanding tremendously. There are earthquakes, ecological disaster, ecological turbulence. Ang sabi nila, Chairman, bakit ang mga Pilipino parehas na natin? While all other countries are so fighting to mitigate climate change. Kasi kayo, Chairman, sabi na naman, you are so enamored in external looks and self-gratification. Sabi ko ng study sa kwan, dahil ako mga Pilipino kapikam, self-gratification, so enamored in externalities. Ngayon, mas pasiyawa ka daw dyan, isang kwapo, mga ganyan, natuto yun sa kwan. Kaya ang sabi ko, anong counter mo dyan, Chairman? Cooperative. Because we have entered into agreement with Guzman of the CDA. Ang sabi ko niya, Chairman, it is too late to create a movement now for climate change. Let us convert the 11 million into the robust movement. Ay tuwa-tuwa po ang USAID will take in. Chair, I'd like to tell you this. 3 months ago, knowledge done, the head of the International Cooperative Development Council came by the person of Dr. Julius Bermanson. Ang sabi niya, Chairman, we like to report to you. How is that? 3-month study. And you know what happened? Ang nakalagay ko sa findings nila, where there are cooperative, the quality of life in that community is better. Siguro, Secretary Open, if you have another book, siguro we can relate to that. Na the quality of life is better. That the member of the cooperative, no? At pag may Chairman Dennis here, pag niya, grabe yung upliftment sa quality of life. Enjoy economic life than those who are not member. At ito pa po ang one summary. Chairman, would you believe this? Ano yan, Doctor? Based on our study, we concluded, we have been 3 months going around Asia and the Pacific. Ito po ang findings namin. That the Philippines is the cooperative leader in Asia and the Pacific. Would you believe that? Tayo pala dito ang one. Ang bilis ng transformation for people, planet, prosperity, and peace. At ang sabi, Chairman, we admire your advocacy, your office advocacy against violent extremism and against climate change. We would like to invite you to go to Washington because you have to tell that to our president. And sabi ko, I'm sorry, I will not go there. Libre naman lahat, no, I cannot go there. Why? I don't like your president. He nearly killed Qasem Soleimani. And that kamutik na makanuperwa. Sabi niya, no, you have to go there because we do not like him also. Sige, sige. So you see that? Nakita po nila, ay itong ginagawa natin is not only against poverty. It's not only against social injustice, but also against climate change and violent extremism, which is now threatening the earth. Cooperative lang pala yan. Ang sabi nila, ito na po ngayon. Kaya nga po natutuwa ako ngayon, nandito Knowledge Dan, our Honorable Member of the Parliament, Honorable Cham, Disimban Ramos. Alam po ninyo, ang ganda po. Kasi, Honorable Cham, we were in Pura-Pura. Thank you for sponsoring that. Would you believe? Nandun din si Commander Bravo ba? Si Commander Bravo is coming. Siya po, very charismatic. Pero hindi tinatama ng bala sa gera. Nung nagpadala si Panto, you're tumingin. Why? You know, I don't have the guy. Nung nagpadala noon si President Iraq, year 2000, 75,000 troops in Pura-Pura. Hindi na over. 10,000 na sila punta. Bakit hindi nanalo? Grabe ko na pag-gera, pag sigaw niya, Allahu Akbar, ang bala, hindi sa tamaan siya, umalis. Pag sa gabi, at magkukuhan siya ng baro niya, puro butas. Bakit wala siyang tama? Sabi ko, yung siyang yung gaspitan, yung pisukan ng LCO. And you know what that? Hindi. Ito maganda. Chairman, Organization of Cooperatives. Wow, nandun si Admin Penny. Ang sabi na Admin Penny, sige na, libre na lahat. Akala namin isa lang. Anong pangalan sa lahat? Oh my God, after 2 days, would you believe this? 150 cooperatives were organized by CDA. Former combatants of the Islamic Liberation Front. Ang sabi nila, Chairman, mga pagari-akong sama-sama tayo kooperatiba. Isa lang ang armas namin ngayon, kooperatiba na. Oh my God, we are being used by God to peace, not anymore through arms. Hindi pa kayo natutuwa niya? Kooperatiba, lang pala ang papatay, wala nang gera-gera. 51 years of armed struggle, nothing happened. The most painful thing on earth is when Filipino kill another Filipino. Stop it. Ay, ito po ang diwa ng kooperatiba ngayon dumating. And I hope my colleagues will understand that now. Yun po talaga ang role niya. And so along that time, that is now, I am so happy that it's happening now. But nevertheless, no, I believe that I will not be able to continue my talk if I will not read. I will not be able to stop. Tapusin ko na lang po ito ba? I just put in here what I have seen. Ito po, no? And I would like, ito po, in doing so, I will mention the next part here. No? I would like to mention by saying, 3 decades of scaling the heights have given birth to transformative cooperative for people, planet, prosperity, and peace. Ito po yung panawagan. Kapayapaan, kalikasan, prosperidad. Ano ito? Prosperity for all. Alam ko rin yung nangyari ngayon. Based on the study. Tama ka, Secretary Obed. Prosperity for all ka dyan. Ano yung kinabang sa total wealth of the humanity is only 1%. Yan po talaga. Kaya maraming mga nag-upan ngayon. Yan po talaga. Based on the study. Ang yaman po ng 8 family sa US, equivalent to the wealth of 3.6 billion people. And so along that line, they are vehemently condemning. Ito po pwede ko mention this kasi nakinapagod daw are global corporation. And nasabi rin ito ni Secretary of Sanyang they are vehemently condemning and killing this system that uses power like vultures feeding on the flesh of the poor, the downtrodden and the oppressed in highly skilled societal order. That our beloved President is now correcting. Yun po may nakagandahan ng ating Pangulo. Nakita po niya, sinabi niya yung sinabi. Dalawang pamilya, kayo do not lose water during money. When God created water, it speaks to life. Diba? Hindi ko sabihin ko siya. Pag-mabilis ako. Pero anyway, ito po, sabi niya. Here is an office. Standing firm to serve and exemplifying to the highest degree the constitutional provision that a public office is a public trust. Serving the poor with utmost responsibility, integrity, loyalty, and efficiency. Act with patriotism and justice and live modest life. CDA is now frontlining the President's ambition natin 2040 to alleviate poverty by empowering the poor and uprooting the causes of armed struggle through cooperativism. Through the intensified efforts of CDA, cooperativism has come of age and is now the call of the times to be a countervailing force against violent extremism and against ecological turbulence brought about by climate change. Exemplifying the truism is the ongoing organization of some 10,000 combatants of the Northwestern Mindanao Front in Camp Ilal, Cora, Munay, Lanao del Norte. Led by Commander Bravo. In 2 weeks, the former MLF warriors under Commander Bravo's 5 division commanders and hundreds of front commanders have presently been dispersed into some 150 operatives. Shouting Allahu Akbar, this time not anymore to armed struggle, but to cooperativism. After organizing the 10,000 former MLF combatants into cooperative, the CDA in coordination with the ito lang sabi ko, sana nandito siya. The CDA in coordination with the UCPB, CIFF, CIIF, Finance and Development Corporation, under President Rihan Lao, plan to establish a coconut, ito, we plan to establish a coconut malasakit center in Munay, Lanao del Norte, in coordination with UCCP. Ito po maganda. Kasi anong nangyari doon? 1,000 of hectares of coconut. Kasi ang mura. But if you put there, cocoa processing plant, mga for sugar, or what have you, liberation for this poverty talaga. And along that time, I would like to mention a very good news. Alam po ninyo, nang sinabi ko sa aking assembly, Chairman, sabi sa akin, Chairman, magkano yan? 10, 20, 40 million? So yes. Ay, Commander Bravo, the name is MP, Member of the Parliament, Abdullah Kapaa.
Sundan mo doon.
Thank you so much, Commander. You know what, Commander? You came at the time that I was missionary. Ito po si Commander, nakipaglaban mo. Ang karap po niya, 75,000 soldiers with bombers, helicopter, and warplanes. He won. Kasi may anting-anting sa Commander. Ang anting-anting niya si Alex. So anyway, may I just continue? Yung kung sinasabi ko kanina, mabuti na dito talaga si Juan. Nandiyan pa si Willie. Willie, ito sabihin mo na ngayon, Sinabi mo yan. Commander, I would like to inform you, diba I was committed to you, to establish that ako crossing plan is about 30 or 40 million. Tapos sinabi sa akin, Chairman, tomorrow I will back for them. Bakit? Kasi pa nakagirin, alam ka na natulog yan, no? Ngayon, ano nangyari? Sinabi ko yan kay Willie, kaibigan niya ni Congressman Nograles. Kararating niya lang, galing sa Congress kanina. Ang sabi niya, ito, sabihin mo kay Chairman of Manila, we will finance yung proposal niya. Wow! Would you believe that? So ayaw mo lang sigaw. Willie, wala ka masabi dyan. Sinabi ko na. Sabihin mo kay Congressman Nograles, wala nang atrasan. Pinanawasan ni Chairman. Kasi alam mo, Commander, I was there 3 days ago in Libertad. I think you're giving me that certificate of appreciation. You know what? Natuwa doon lahat when I told them that it's about time, liberate your famous now. Where will you be? For me, are so rich. And that is kulang ngayon na ito, and it will direct employment. And that alam ko rin doon sa Camp Pilar, they have claimed. Don't you know? That, sabi ko sa Tesla, yung right hand ni Secretary, na niya. Turuan ko sa mga kailangan Chairman. Alam mo, one person manually can manufacture 100 to 200 bricks per day. And he will sell it at 10 pesos per brick. I-multiply mo yan, Chairman. 10 times 200. 2,000 income nila. Kaya dato, Commander, di ba sabi ko sa inyo, tulungan ko kayo magpakonde ng bahay. You know what will have made of clay. Ang sabi sa akin, sabi ko kay Secretary of State, turuan natin yan ng brick. And so, yung sabi mo, Chairman, ano bang mangyari dito? Tinong mga bahay namin. Then, that could be. Alam mo, makita ka, Commander, ng made of bricks? Saan? Sa New York. Pero no, yan, sana lang dito ngayon si Dr. Lazada. Wala siya. Kasi dapat ngayon nandito rin si President Rihan Lau. Si Rihan Lau is now, ipakita ko na yung nito. Yung aming signing with MOA. Alam mo, Commander, ito nangyari. Malasakit center. Yan po ay programa ni Presidente. Malasakit center. Will allow us to train the members, 10,000 in my lab, and to produce sugar, MP jam. Di ba ang ganda-ganda niya? O yun po yan. Dapat nandito ngayon sa ito niya para to confirm that. Pero anyway, can you show that? Ito si Honorable MP. This is, actually, dapat nandito siya ngayon. Ito po si President Rihan. Ito po. At ito po ang mga secretaries natin sa MOA to put up cocoa processing plants at coconut center. Ang sabi po niya, sige na Chairman, lagyan natin yan doon sa... si Boy, halika. Si Boy, ito po. Lagyan natin doon sa inyong lugar. And then it will be the start of development. And they will be employed honorable and di ba ang ganda niya? And so, nung that time, ito dapat nandito ngayon sa Mr. 300 that can be put into action. And so, along that time, sana nandito siya para po, that's what I'm saying. Ito po, in coordination with UCPP, CIIF, Finance and Development Corporation, under President Rian Balcao, plan to establish Coconut Malasakit Center in Montay, Lanao del Norte, as the land is oozing with coconut trees to go into value chain approach. While the coconut industry is a billion-dollar industry, coconut farmers like the former MILF combatants are the poorest of the poor because they are just selling their products. No, this time the coconut will be the rebate force. that there will be the liberating force against poverty, yung value chain across the generating all jobs. So, ito po ngayon, ito po maganda. What was even more amazing was that one miraculous transformation that has found more replacing turnaround. What came next was the appearance of the, alam mo, Commander, sa Northwestern. Yung Northeastern, nakipakita rin sa akin. Si Commander Abdul Marayon with some 1,400 MILF combatants. Nagpa-organize into cooperative. Would you believe that? Sabi ko, bakit? Chairman, tingnan mo aming Bidamora Force, nilalapastangan na. We have to protect that. Oh, so yun ang maganda. Nag-organize yung Northwestern, ngayon Northwestern na. So it's for peace talaga, no? And so, ang sigaw po nila is protect the environment. Yun po talaga nila. So, I think we'll be happy with that. And so, may I just mention this, no, para not less than 5 minutes na lang. This amazing unfolding of events for peace is also happening in Lingin, Surigao del Sur, when 1,000 Nicaunos with some 188 in paid surrenderies. Ito po sila nag-surrender 5 years ago kay President Duterte. Formed themselves into the Kabungsuan, Manubo, Simuliwanon, Tribal Agri-Cooperative. Also in Sibagat, Agusan Sur, ito po nag-surrender si Obed Sales. The head of the 10,000 Manubo tribe, headed by Chief 8 Arnold Sibiedo, known as Dato Subang, who was a former commander of the NPA, surrendered, are now being formed into cooperatives. What a turnaround from violence to peace. Take note that there was this call before to rise up in arms, saying that they have 60,000 combatants with high-powered guns ready for war. The cooperatives have countered that they have 11 million members ready for peace. Because peace cannot be had not through the power of guns, but by the strength of the human spirit in harmony, love, and cooperation. Collectively and compassionately advancing social justice, equity, and that is the essence of advancing social justice. My peace. You know what? Mindanao is the second longest part in the world. And now it is being stuck to cooperative itself. Di ba, Commander? Would you believe that? That is so amazing. Kaya nga, sabi ko sa inyo, tumating talaga para ng cooperative. Ay, ito naman po. Who would believe that bigger as its budget is the CDA, wala kaming budget ha, together with its 16 regional offices nationwide are frontlining the essence of service in the war-torn barangay. The CDA, through its extension offices, have provided assistance to 1,592 former rebels in the different provinces all over the country. They have been providing direct assistance to the cooperatives who are advancing the cooperative program to help advance peace and development to uproot the causes of rebellion. These compassionate cooperatives are providing livelihood to the poor and downtrodden, food and medicine to the sick, and even putting up training centers to upgrade the quality of life in the communities through community building. The PLDT, headed here by the chairman and the vice chairman and the board are here. I'd like to especially mention this. The PLDT Employees Credit Cooperative, PC, for example, is now building a wonderful training center in Abak, Dalaga, Bukidnon. Would you believe this? Eh, meron doon campus 2 months ago. Sabi na, Chairman, we will stop campus na dito. Basta magulangin ka ng training center. Would you believe that? Oh. For the Higaunon, Manubo, and Talaandig tribes, increasing the IDC skills and capacities will empower them to reforest and transform the hundreds of thousands of hectares in Mount Kitanglad, Kalantuman Range, their ancestral domain, which has been logged before by 6 logging companies for 6 decades and now are standing. And their ancestral domain, which had been logged before by 6 logging companies for 6 decades and now are standing bare and denuded with the IPs. When capacitated, they will transform into coffee, garlic, and bamboo plantation. So ito po ang mangyari pag patay po tayo. And they have already, sila Chairman Dennis here, sila Vice Chair, sirs, actually, they have already programmed by April now, matatapos na. And I'm inviting all the board together, perhaps with knowledge that. Tapos siya malaki niya ito. Ito is so amazing. Imagine, wala kaming budget. Pero andyan na kung nagagawa tayo ng Spanish, through your phone, kapatid. Ang ganda po yan talaga. And so, we have really to see na this is the turnaround. And the 200,000 hectares of denuded areas in Bukidnon will become plantation for the food items. Di ba kayo ba? That is the arroz mabahe. And so along that line, ito na po, 5 minutes na.
Word.
Ito na po ang sabi ko. The same compassion is being shown by the most vulnerable and we are here. The chairman, the director. Palapakaw po natin sila rin. Kasi alam ko rin yung importante as told by the great religions, Christianity, Buddhism, Mohammedanism. Ang importante po sa life is not money. Just like what George and Chairman said, not wealth, but virtue and faith. And so, pinakita ko ito ng Holy Resurrection ito, the one is older, at it overview. Ito po yung angle, yung pinamorphos. Kaya minabutukan, ito po yung pinaprotektahan ng pala. Ito po yung sa outdoor among next please. Next. Ito po, I now go to this. Alam ko ninyo, August 2016, pumunta si Presidente sa Bicol na. Meron po doon, naputukan ng bomba sa Mindanao. Totally blind. He was a brave and very intelligent soldier who could have become a general one day. Pero totally blind, kaya napayaw siya. At siya po ay sinama ko sa Mindanao at hinarap niya ang mga IDP sa Marawi. At nagsigawan doon, aloha pa. Ang sabi niya, Commander, itong sabi ni JJ, I call it First Lieutenant JJ, no? Totally blind po siya. No? Alam po ninyo, ang sabi niya, alam po ninyo, ito si JJ, nung siya ay nagulat, sabi niya sa kapatid niya, saan ba rin ang 7th floor? Samahan mo ako. Pumunta sila. Sabi niya, pag lumukso ako, mabuhay ba ako? Buhay ka kaya dahil maraming tres. Kasi if landed, to commit suicide. Pero alam mo, JJ, mabuti na hindi ka nagpapakatay. Kasi meron kang sasabihin na dapat nalaman ng lahat, lalo na ng taga-CDA. Ha? Ano dapat nang malaman? Nung ako'y bulag pa, kita. Nung ako po ay bulag na, nakita ko ang katotohanan na ang panglaban pala sa terorismo ay kooperativismo. Kung laban sa mananakot, imagine that. Ay ito po ngayon ay sumisigaw ng buong sambayanan ngayon. Kaya ang sabi namin, taasan naman yung bayan namin. And so along that line, I would like to thank the Most Holy Rosary. Pinakita po ninyo ang love ninyo. And so along that line, we can now say, alam mo JJ, binulag ka ng Panginoon para ipaalam sa lahat na ang kooperatiba ang tatapat sa terorismo at climate change. Hindi ba natin maintindihan yan? O, yan po yan. And so, after 3 decades, the cooperatives have indeed scaled the heights as a countervailing force against poverty and advancing social transformation under the amazing leadership of the present dispensation. His Excellency's priority areas on transparency, good governance, anti-corruption, and accountability jive well with those of the cooperative fundamental principles and values which the CDA and the Cooperative movement are now advancing. It has been said that for those who have dreamed, advocated, sacrificed, and even died for it, social change has been so elusive all these years, despite 14 years of martial law and low people power revolution. The systems and the structure that are breeding poverty are still as formidable as ever, but not anymore under the President dispensation, which has strengthened the CDA under the new Charter, Republic Act 11364, which the President has signed into law on August 8, 2019. With the reorganization and strengthening of CDA, it will transform the cooperative movement in whose name and for whose cause CDA exists into a formidable development force for inclusive development and social transformation. As the theme of the 38th year celebration declares, CDA, ikatatlong dekada, katuwang sa pagbabago para sa kaunlaran at kapayapaan. Indeed, social transformation has finally come as replaced by some 18,000 cooperatives for people, planet, prosperity, and peace, all for God's great glory. As the theme of the 38th anniversary celebration declares, CDA, ikatatlong dekada, katuwang sa pagbabago at para sa kaunlaran at kapayapaan. Indeed, social transformation has finally come as replaced by some 18,700 cooperatives. With that, it is for planet, people, prosperity, and peace. Mabuhay ang cooperative, all for God's people.
Thank you very much, Yusek Orlando R. Rabanera. So truly, ladies and gentlemen, our 30-year interesting voyage will not be successful at Layong Fund without the partnership that we have crafted together with the sector and the various government agencies and non-government organizations. So at this point, we'd like to acknowledge, of course, Mr. Marjorie, the Honorable Marjorie Macasalo, the Minister of Bangsamoro Youth Commission of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, sir. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, to give us a solidarity message, let's all welcome and give a big round of applause to the Member of the Parliament, Abdullah Commander Bravo Nakapakay.
Wabihin tayo muli ng kawakal kepada Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po sa pagkanya niyo po sa amin sa inyong Vision for Development Cooperative Development Authority, lalo na po sa ating kapatid ng Chairman Orlando Rabanera, Chairman ng Development, Cooperative Development Authority. Sa tanan, lahat po nakapunta doon sa amin sa area ng Kapital, Lalo del Norte. Sila po nakapunta. Lahat po ng mga member ng Cooperative Development Authority Region 10, saka dito sa main office ng Maynila. Good afternoon natin. Sa ating mga ibang panauhin, my sister Jamila Isipan Ramos, and also my son, late by Chairman for Islamic Liberation Front, Dr. Majani Dibuntas, assistant, my brother Kenny Pindatun Isipan, sa inyong lahat, maraming salamat po sa nakikita po namin tulong ninyo po sa amin. Hindi lang sa Lanao del Norte at saka doon sa Lanao del Sur. Dahil hindi pa dumating ng isang buwan ko lang mga 15 days, ay yung pinakita dito, ang cooperative namin, mga 15 days yan na 141 cooperative ay natapos agad. Maraming salamat po. Dahil kung abot tayo ng cooperative ay dadaan pa ng Cagayan, abot pa yata ng 10,000. Yun na April. Maraming salamat sa inyo. At yung hiningi ko po sa sermon ko natin, kayong lahat, sana po kayo hindi po kayo mawala ng pag-asa ng pagpulong ninyo po sa amin. Dahil alam po ninyo kami, ang aming pong hangarin. Dahil ang nakasulat doon ay unity. Unity and solidarity dahil ang programa po ng presidente natin, magkakaisa ang mga Muslim, Kristiyano, magtulong-tulungan po tayo para iangat ang ating mga programa ng development, mga project, lalo na po doon sa amin ang area ng Buwan at saka doon sa outside of Buwan. Maraming salamat din sa inyo lahat. Masaya po ako nga nakikita ninyong personal at masaya rin po ako nga nakikita po kayo tumulong sa aming kampo ng Campilar, Penrapa, North Western Mindanao Front dahil ako po ay bilang member of the parliament. Nandun pa rin bilang ako po ay bilang kumbatat ng Bangsamoro Islamic Opposing. Ang layunin po namin, kaming mga Muslim, sa area po namin ng outside farm sa Lanao del Norte, kapayapaan, peace, para makapasok ang lahat ng mga investor, mga negosyante, gusto pumunta ng Mindanao, magbigay ng puhunan para sa kaunlaran ng ating bayan, para uunlad ang mga community ng Muslim, Christian doon sa Mindanao. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Ang isang kong may papasalamat po namin sa inyo, may sinabi po kami sa brother natin, sa silang bini, mayroon pang nahuhuling hindi nakapagbigay ng mga pangalan at pangalan ng cooperative. Sana po'y matugunan ninyo yung nangahuli, mabigyan pa rin ng cooperative. Malaking tulong yun sa mga kumpatan at sa mga civilian po nandun sa area po namin. Kung mali lang po, kung mayroon po kayo may tulong po sa amin na iba, dahil ang mga kailangan po namin sa yung mga kumpatan natin, hindi lang po cooperative. Sana po yung cooperative malagyan pa ng pera para makapagbili po sila ng makapagtanim ng mabait maganda. At sa mga kailangan po nila doon, kung mayroon po kayo may tulong mga bahay ng mga kumpatan natin, yung magtanim, iba-iba po ang mga problema nila doon. Kung mayroon pa kayo may tulong doon, hindi lang po cooperative, dagdagan pa ninyo. Kaya ang sa amin lang po, para mawala ang gulo po sa atin, yung mga kumbatan po natin. Men and women, ang kumbatan po natin, sila ay mapagbigyan ng gobyerno, lalo-lalo na po ng presidente natin. Lalo-lalo na po ang Isilip Marawi, ang isang city po natin, Marawi, hanggang ngayon ay hindi pa nakabalik ang mga IDPs dahil ang programa po ng tax force pa mo Marawi ay abot pa ng 2021. Ang gusto ng mga kapag-anak po natin doon, ng mga Muslim, ay sila bukas ibabalik. Ang programa po ng tax force pa mo Marawi ay 2021. Sana yung pagpunta nila Sister Jamila Ramos doon sa Malacanang, yato ni Maysara, ay matugunan ng presidente ang pumayag, kausapin ang sekretary doon sa tax board pa Marawi, ang makabalik na po ang mga IDPs doon sa kanilang tinitirahan. Sila na po ang bahala. Yung tulong po ninyo sa amin, malaking may papasalamat po ng lahat ng mga community namin doon sa area ng Lanao del Norte. Dahil ang karamihan pa doon, umiyak po sila dahil aabot daw ang kanilang pamasay papunta Cagayan, 10,000, 11,000, pagkatapos dumating sila dito. Doon sekretary, sa silang binya sa mga kasamaan ko nila ay libre ang pagbigay ninyo ng Cooperative Development Authority doon ang area ng kampo natin. Maraming salamat po. Yun lang po masasabi po namin. Kayo po ay magkakaisa, kayo po ay magtulong-tulungan. Kami bilang mga Muslim, kapatid ng mga Muslim sa ban, dahil isa po ako ng member of the parliament, wala po kami isinusulong, mali lang sa Islam. Ang Islam ang sinusunod po namin, walang Muslim, walang Christian, kami ay tumulong hanggang kaya po namin, inshallah. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much. Let's give another big hand once more to the Honorable Abdullah Wonder Bravo Kapakar. Of course, the cooperative sector will always be at the forefront of helping all our brothers in At this point, ladies and gentlemen, before we are going to hear some messages to some of our distinguished guests, we will be awarding our plaque of recognition to all our partners for being instrumental for the success of the Cooperative Development Authority through these years. So we would like to request our Chairman, Jose Orlando Aravanera, and all the members of the Board of Directors of the CDA to please come here in front as we present the plaque of recognition to these various groups and individuals. So let me read the citation. Department of Trade and Industry, Cooperative Development Authority, the management and staff of the Cooperative Development Authority presents this plaque of recognition to DCCCO Multi-Purpose Cooperative of Santa Rosa Street, Dumaguete, Negros Oriental, in grateful appreciation for its valuable assistance to the authority in implementing Executive Order Number 70 under the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict. Given at the Cooperative Development Authority Central Office, this 10th day of March 2020 in Quezon City, Philippines. Signed, Orlando Aravanera, Chairman. Signed, Merla A. Paradillo, Abdul Salam A. Kinubla, Abad L. Santos, Pedatul B. Disimban, Vidal D. Villanueva III, and Virgilio R. Lazaga, members of the board. So let's call it DCCCO, Multi-Purpose Cooperative, if they are around. The same plaque, another plaque of recognition is given to PLDT Employees Credit Cooperative of Paseo de Rojas, Guarderia Streets, Makati City, in grateful appreciation for its valuable assistance to the Kitanglan, Kalatungan Producers Cooperatives in building a wonderful training center in Tabak, Talakal, Bukidnon for the Higaunon, Manobo, and Talaanding tribes in support to the Co-op Competitive Program and various endeavors of the authority relevant to social, economic, and entrepreneurial advancement of cooperatives in the country. Given at the Cooperative Development Authority Central Office, this 10th day of March 2020 in Quezon City, Philippines. Signed, Orlando Aravanera, Chairman, Merla A. Paradillo, Abdul Salam A. Kinubla, Abad L. Santos, Pedatul B. Disimban, Vidal D. Villanueva III, and Virgilio R. Lazaga, members of the board. Another plaque of recognition is given to Most Holy Rosary Multipurpose Cooperative of 22E Rodriguez Highway, Rodriguez, Rizal, in grateful appreciation for its valuable assistance to the Wounded Soldiers Agriculture Cooperative in support of the Co-op Competitive Program and various endeavors of the authority relevant to social, economic, and entrepreneurial advancement of cooperatives in the country. Given at the Cooperative Development Authority Central Office this 10th day of March 2020 in Quezon City, Philippines. Signed, Orlando Aravanera, Chairman, Merla B. Paradillo, Abdul Salam A. Kinubla, Abad L. Santos, Pedatul B. Disimban, Vidal D. Villanueva III, and Virgilio R. Lazaga, members of the board. Another plaque of recognition is hereby given to Roberto J. Rosales, CDA consultant, in grateful appreciation for its valuable assistance for organizing cooperatives among indigenous peoples, given at the Cooperative Development Authority Central Office this 10th day of March 2020 in Quezon City, Philippines. Signed, Orlando Arabanera Chairman, Merla B. Paradillo, Abdul Salam A. Ginubla, Abad L. Santos, Pedatun B. Disimban, Vidal B. Villanueva III, and Virgilio R. Lasaga, members of the board. All right, thank you very much to all our partners. Let us give them a big round of applause, please. So, okay na po, sir. So, thank you very much to our board of directors. Ladies and gentlemen, so many things and events have happened in all these 3 decades of the Cooperative Development Authority. Words will not be enough to describe all of them. Some of the institutional memories may not be documented, for after all, the early years of CDA, technology was not yet so advanced to capture those moments. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, let us have a glimpse of the
as members of the cooperatives. Second, awards and recognition of outstanding cooperatives. In the first year of the program implementation, the awards and recognition program has been given a name dubbed as Kawan. Third, Human Resource Development Program, with an objective of establishing a cooperative institute patterned after that of the Bangko Sentral Philippines Institute. We set a lack of logistics. The CDA started capacitating its personnel in their respective fields of specialization. It is during the chairmanship of Dr. Sanjayo, the CDA acquired its ISO 2008 certification. In 2014, Chairperson Orlando R. Manero took helm of CDA. During his term, new legislative initiatives such as the RA 10744 or the Credit Surety Fund Act and RA 1136 or the Office of Representative strengthening the Cooperative Development Authority were enacted. Currently, the Philippine cooperative sector is comprised of 27,625 registered cooperatives, including unions and federations. There is an estimate of 14 million cooperative members, including those in ARMM. The CDA is the sole registering government agency mandated by the Philippine Constitution to lead the promotion, growth, development, and regulation of cooperatives as instruments in social justice, equity, and economic development. Last year, 2019, the cooperative sector boosted an aggregate asset of 382 billion pesos and contributed 378,000 jobs. The combined resources of all cooperatives continue to pave the way to provide opportunities to micro and small enterprises, establishing the livelihood of many Filipinos. The cooperative sector, with the leadership of CDA, also took part in helping the government in the war against drug by providing assistance to rehabilitated drug dependents in the organization of cooperatives so that they can undertake small business and livelihood. In the aftermath of Marawi siege, the cooperative sector, with the leadership of CDA, was one of the first respondents that provided assistance to internally displaced persons or IDP. The sector distributed relief goods. The CDA led the negotiations with the LGU of Bali for donations of lots of construction livelihood training center and possible construction of houses for IDPs who opted to stay in the area. As the implemented Department of Trade and Industry, it is expected that the Cooperative Development Authority shall move forward with strength in its service to cooperatives.
Very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a big hand to that for those 30 wonderful years. And of course, those men and women who came or have led the CDA into what the CDA is all about today. So at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, we will be giving some words to those people featured in the video. For once, they have been a family of CDA and made CDA an agency to reckon with. So without much ado, we will be hearing some messages from our previous or past CDA chairperson. And let's start with, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand to the Honorable Roberto Obed Pagdananan.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Buhay ang cooperative movement sa Pilipinas! Buhay ang kooperatiba! Napati ko ang ating tagapangulo ng Pagparan. Let's give him a round of applause. As always, enthusiasm, sustained interest, and display and leadership. Napati ko rin po ang lahat ng ating mga Cooperative Authority, State Force, and Board. Tulungan natin sila lahat. Dalawang kinakaalam ko po ang mga piling kayo dito, mag-iisa sa patuloy na kaunlaran, ang sariwa, sa 30 taong patuloy na pagbulan ng ilo sa kooperatiba sa Pilipinas. Nais ko rin paabot ang pagpati sa mga partners. So, over tayo ko, mga partners din, PLDT, kung tuwa po ako, si Brother, si Anthem, pero pati natin PLDT, buhay-buhay na. Hindi ang One Rosary, among others. Congratulations. And so, the dream remains alive. Sabi nga ni Chairman Batera, nakapatirin niya pala mga kasama ko dito sa Philippine. Yung pinakabata, Chairman Batera, tuwing one, nandito siya. Chairman Bali, yes, at yung paglahat ay ipunin ang aking pagbubugay. Yung na nasabi ni Chairman Orly, actually 1999 po, nung ko sinulat yung Cooperative Cooperative Revolution, edited twice, and the last edited, it needs updating actually. Ginawa ko entitled an Urgent Call to Cooperative Revolution. Natutuwa po ako na yung pangarap na buhay, sana nga matuloy na revolusyon na yan. Kung yung revolusyon, kailangan natin natutuwa ako na yung mga indigenous peoples, mga natin sa Mindanao, lahat ng sektor ay nakakalahok na. Dapat yung pagpatuloy po natin, kami naniniwala pa rin na ang pinaka-importanting susi sa kaunlaran natin ay itong patuloy na natin, ito sikapan natin lahat. Lahat ng pagpusilong bansa sa mundo daigdig, lahat, without any exception, ay naging batayan ang kaunlaran nila sa akin doon sa kooperatiba. Amerika, electrified din talaga, yung cooperative. Sa Germany, yung cooperative nila, ang siyang naging susi. Tutuhanan, pangalawa sa pinakamalaking bangko dyan sa Germany, yung DGPA, ay cooperative ang mayari. Sa Holland, lalo pa, sa cooperative, sa Japan, o sa Chubin Bank, sa Korea, pinakawalan ng bangko dyan, second biggest, mag-aaring kooperatiba. And we can go on and on. Staying na po sa Naisibulayan, housing cooperatives, lahat po na yan sila. Kaya nga nangangarap ko na PRDT na tayo, sana yung magsimula na yan. Kaya po, pinakapahirap yung sektor, yung mga agrikultura, magsasaka, at yung mga isa, sila ng Orlan, umasa sa kultura, ating mga teatro, mga mamayan, directly, one-third indirectly, yet they constitute the poorest among the poor. Why is that? Because unlike in the progressive countries, they're supported, sila po ay talagang puro-puro suporta. Kaya totoo ako sa ating Pangulo, binibigyan ng pagkato at emphasis ito. Sana, isa sa sinasabi niya na tanggalin ang 5-6, yun po isa sa pangarap ko. Pero hindi pilit tanggalin yan na walang kapalit. Kapalit lang pwede niyan po. Tutuhanan ng tinanggal ang 5-6 sa countryside, marami lalong magugutom. Pwede yun lang ang pag-asa nila. Pero hindi kaguhan, hindi wasto. Sana, yung sitwasyon natin ngayon, hindi na makakaba, pero isang punto lang. Nabanggit ni Orla kanina ng Chairman Otan, 1% fuel, mayabang ito sa 99%. Pilipinas na dumin. Alam mo, pamilya, matulado yung 27% ng lahat ng pera umiikot sa ating financial system. 40 pamilya. 97% ng lahat ng pera, tutulado nila. Yung iba, maasa lang sa 5-6. Maski tayo kung ng tao, pati ang mga cooperative natin, na malalaki, katuhanan, mas malaking pondo nila, sa mga bako pa rin natin deposito. Ibig sabihin, tayo kung ordinaryong tao, tumutulong para payamanin ng payaman. Kaya na nang mahirap, sila pa rin gumagamit. Mga kaibigan, sana po ay yung cooperative ay talagang magkagupay. Maraming mga Apostol Rosary, yung ating cooperative ng PNBT, magkaroon sana ng central bank sa cooperative. Hanggang hindi nagaganap yan, ay hindi tayo umunlad ng maayos. Sabi ko nga, lahat ng progresibong bank sa daigdig, isa sa pinakamalaking bangko nila, arin po. 100%, 100%. Pangarap po balang araw, mga cooperative, ang pinubuo natin, ay mag-ari ng pinakamalaking bangko sa buong Pilipinas. At nangyayang, kung baka tayo sa pagkakas. Muli, na aming pag-isip lahat, at kasama po niyo ako na patuloy na nangangarap na yung pangarap natin magkaroon ng kapanagharapan sa ating panahon. Maraming tayo natin sa Panginoon Diyos, mabuhay ang kooperatiba, mabuhay ang Estado Pilipinas.
Thank you very much, Honorable Oben Pagdalanan. Welcome back to CDA. Parang trivia. Don't you know that the Honorable Oben Pagdalanan is also an actor in the Philippine movie industry? You just research it. Okay? So I have seen that movie. So that would be a trivia. I guess the sir will give me a prize for that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, moving on, in the history or the 30 years or 3 decades existence of the Cooperative Development Authority, very few women have conquered the top post of the CDA organizational structure. And she is one of them. And as we have said a while ago, we will be forever grateful for her being the instrument of having this Quezon City property, the home of the Cooperative Development Authority. Without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the Honorable Lesira V. Juarez.
Thank you very much, Sir Joe. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Thank you for the very gracious recognition of women. It's really, of course, a Women's Month. Can we make a big hand? The Honorable Chair, members of the Board of Directors, of course, I have to account Chairperson Open, Chairperson Manny. But I think most importantly, of course, the Secretary is present here. Always remember, you will be feeling here today. So to mention, I think we have most of the Rosary, we have a PLDT. CCO is not present. I think you represent, of course, the sector in this hall right now. But I think most importantly as well, I really am wishing that, of course, my sharing or my thought directed to the whole team, particularly the management team of the CDA, headed by, of course, Director, what do you address it now? Executive Director, Director Ray Alivaso, and the team. Okay, this is such, of course, a celebration because we have noticed that, of course, on the Bravo here, we have, of course, the honorables from the parliament and all, which I seldom, of course, have chances of meeting. Pero medyo, I feel cold kanina nung sinabing gano'n, no? So, medyo kaibang pagtitipon. I think that marks somehow, that marks somehow because you are now in your third decade of existence. New charter, new chapter, new requirements. Diba? You have a very nice theme for this gathering. I think it also is very heartwarming to see, you know, the evolution. And of course, I'd like to congratulate Director Bani and the team for coming up with that. Pero isang bagay lang talaga, tinanong ko kay Asiklak, sabi ko, yun lang ba nagawa mo? Because I have to recall, of course, I think it was during my time at Amani that Asiklak served a very important role in our journey. I think that presentation somehow elicited something in my mind. What was that? Because somehow I joined in CDA during the half-most period of this year. That was 2005 and of course 2011. 15th year, am I right? Okay, 1990, 2005, so that's the 15th year of the CDA. Very critical journey because of course again, this year, you're already in your new chapter because you have your new charter. But to recall, even during the time, we've been of course looking forward to that there may be of course amendment in the twin law we have before, the 693 and the 6939, because we're looking at the aggressive growth and advancement of cooperative, the development that really has to be, I think, more of, there has to be a parallel law that should really, of course, work with it. But then it was an effort. We're only, of course, quite successful in seeing to it that the cooperative law gets to be amended. But somehow, of course, the charter of the CDA gets left out. But according to them, there's always time for everything. And I remember, because you really highlighted, of course, the standard charge of accounts, maybe you missed out the performance standard. I think those are they call it invisible or the unseen structure that we have built for the cooperative development in the country. They kept saying, what is standard chart of accounts, what is performance standard, but right now, I get so old. Every time, of course, board of directors, leaders, the management team would always say, ma'am, kahit na po wala na yung MORR, kahit po nawala po yung MORR, we always, of course, keep it as a Bible. The PASOS, which is, of course, the performance standards for cooperatives, the standard chart of accounts for cooperatives. Sabi ko nga po, when ICA came up with a call for the cooperatives all over Asia Pacific, particularly, to come up with a team to form standard chart of accounts, I was already saying, I think way ahead already, because somehow, as early as 2002 onwards, we were able to cover all types of cooperatives that is listed already under the law. Naalala ko pa po, I have to recall this because this somehow, of course, strengthened this young lady who are, I have to recall, who was blessed, of course, to join the agency then. One day in my life, there was this group of cooperative leaders in this NCR area, particularly, of course, Metro Manila, talagang pinaka-core ng mga cities, who marched down, go and answer to the office of the CDA somewhere in Bellor building in the Quezon Avenue, carrying with them a coffin, okay, and they're doing that because they are going against, of course, the manual of rules and regulations. Sabi ko nga po, every time actually kay Chairman Rabanera, kapag ako medyo, alam mo yun, medyo things are quite, medyo may siguro parang tectonic na intensity in the journey of his leadership. Ang sinasabi ko, huwag ka matakot, hindi pa naman nangyari mo nagdalang kabaong sa'yo. Ako nga, dinala ako kabaong eh. Nakuha niyo po yun. So that was quite a journey. Pero sabi nga po nila, again, what doesn't kill you actually makes you tough. So kung balikan lang po, I somehow, I have to, I think, give credit really for the team that actually journeys with me during the time. Dahil marami pong struggle because I think that was also, of course, during the time that CDA, even then if it has to live up to the limitations of its charter, talaga pong may push policy issuances that somehow would create enabling environment for cooperatives. The only thing there was that hindi pa po tanggap ng sektor yung pagbabago. But somehow, nakaka-inspire because there's already, of course, tingin ko, particularly southern part of Mindanao, certain portion of northern Luzon, certain portion of the Visayas, were way ahead. We were able, of course, to partner with institutions that came up with technologies to really strengthen them. Sila po yung nangunguna. Nakasama ko na nagsasabi, come on, this PSOS or Standard Charting Accounts, this Manual of Rules and Regulations, ito po yung nagpapadali sa lahat po ng namamahala at magpapatakbo ng kooperatiba. Because somehow, ako nga po, I was of course a former cooperative manager. Sabi ko nga po noon, paano nga po ba patakbuhin? Dahil sa panahon namin, 80s, simple lang po. Pag makarinig ka ng isang malaking co-op, let's do educational trip to that big co-ops. Pagdating po doon, dahil yung pagiging big po is asset. Pagdating po doon, lahat po, from the flyers to the bylaws, lahat po ng policy, photocopy mo, bibitin mo, at copy-paste. Minsan nga po yung pangalan pa ng co-op, andun pa rin po sa pulisiya po ilulugan din. That's just the kind of thing. Pero sabi nga po natin ngayon, if I have to recall, I think the last 2 decades of the cooperative, grabe nga po yung aggressive growth. So if I may address, particularly of course the management team of the Cooperative Development Authority, with your new era, with your new chapter right now, tingin ko po, napakahalaga. Yung panawagan po natin that let's have of course the sector to do this and that. Ang sa akin lang po siguro the role would be very elemental if we do of course the inspirational thing. Yung sabi nga po natin, dalawang bagay lang naman. Is it an enabling policy or an disabling policy? Eh sabi nga po natin siguro importante po talaga yung pakikinig. At one point actually I came in touch with a particular policy. If I may just of course highlight this. The policy which somehow limits cooperatives, particularly primary cooperatives, to put any certain amount to a foundation that they created. So coming from the CDA or any of the statutory funds. Tapos sabi ko, okay, I'd like to understand ano kaya ang kadahilanan kung bakit i-limit. And alam ko, foremost is of course to protect the cooperatives, primary cooperatives. However, ang sabi ko, if you're going to look at of course the models of corporations and the corresponding foundation, they may not have modeled an ideal, corporation and foundation setup. But maybe given the chance, cooperative, given the chance, can really model, how to use the foundation really for our corporate social responsibility or cooperative social responsibility. Sabi nga po nila, even the word CSR was coined by corporations, cooperative activity already. The fact that, again, social responsibility are among the core values of cooperative. Ang panalaga ko, pwede po ba, kung ililimit po sa certain percentage, i-allow po, maybe in the context of the autonomy of cooperative, i-allow po siya. Kung magkano lang po doon sa statutory fund or CDF, ang pwede niyang ilagay doon sa foundation niya. Nakuha niyo ba ako doon? I'm sorry about this, but again, sabi ko nga lang po, I think that is a very critical thing. Maybe we can really, of course, challenge cooperative to really look at that kind of model and really showcase a beautiful use of a foundation to really carry out their social responsibility. That's just my point. Alam ko, from 15 functions before to 37 now, my God, sabi nga po nila, every point of the 37 is really, of course, defining your authority. That's power. Gusto ko lang po talagang sabihin yan. The 37 functions is basically your power, and that is awesome. That is too much. However, let us also be reminded that we are given the authority because we have the responsibility. The aggressive growth of development of cooperatives right now needs to be much of the kind of, yung responsible enabling policy issuances to really push them forward. At sabi nga po natin, there you have the power. There you have, of course, the responsibility, but let us not forget accountability. If I may, of course, point that out, because somehow, even in my journey in the Cooperative Development Authority, pwede ko pong sabihin, before I joined CDA, hindi pa ako nakapunta po ng korte to face any cases. Nakuha niyo po ako? I mean, just to remind you. Pero nung nasa CDA pa ako, my God, kaliwat kanan po yung kaso. No? So, ito lang po siguro that's very critical. I am happy that I was part during that decade, where CDA can only, of course, or is required to function the 15 functions set by the law. At hindi po ngayon na medyo mabigat na po 35 na po siya. Medyo 2 months na po siguro sa aking edad. So ladies and gentlemen, again, I look forward to that. Of course, the next decade will really be defined of a progressive agency that will march the reform of the progress of the cooperative sector in the country. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Bing Becerra. Ma'am, before you sit, please come here sa front. Because actually, aside from being the Women's Month, this month is the birthday of so can we sing a happy birthday song to Ma'am Bing, please? Thank you very much. So it has been said by Ma'am Bing that with greater power comes a greater responsibility. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with our celebration today, let's also hear from one of our very dynamic chairperson of the Cooperative Development Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand to the Honorable Dr. Emmanuel M. Sanchez.
Good afternoon to all of you. Pasensyahan niyo po yung aming kasuotan kasi hindi naman feeling bagets. Kasi pupunta ko lamang sa meeting at ayos kong ibalita sa inyo because of this coronavirus, no? Yung dalawa na po sa amin sa Imus. Kaya nga, kanina pa ako hindi makapalagay dahil nag-meeting sila roon. Bago sabi ng mayor sa amin, dito kami, namang problema, ikaw pala nagsiselebrate ka sa CDA. Sabi ko, minsan lang po naman tulungan. But anyway, my respect and greetings to all who are here. Sa inyo pong lahat, siyempre sa ating mga dignitaries, pagbati kay Admin, thank you Jojo sa introduction. Admin Body, from Imus, taga-Imus na ito ngayon. Siya po ang aming katulong sa pagpapalaganap ng laboratory cooperatives and unit co-ops. No? Ando na tayo ngayon at ito'y gaganapin sa Bislig City. So, kay Admin Bilal, nice to see you here in the CDA kasi before, nakikita kami dito sa Kongreso. You are the chief of staff of Congressman, Majority Floor Leader Pabling Garcia. At Deputy Speaker, yan. Siya yung unang supermoon sa amin noon eh. Kaya lalo akong tumatalo. Mabuti. Tinuruan niya kasi ako eh, di ba? And of course, ASEC lang. Sorry, admin pa rin ako ngayon. ASEC eh, no? ASEC na ngayon. Kasi dati, natural way of calling you admin, di ba? Admin. So, ASEC lang. Si ASEC lang. Siyempre, galing yan kay Chairperson Bing Juarez. Kaya ito, alam na nito, takbo ng CDA. No? At ngayon nga, natutuwa ko that you are here serving as one of the board members, no? Of the CDA. Alam ko, malayo pa mararating mo. And of course, sa ating kaibigan, Ma'am Bing Juarez. Si Ma'am Bing yung aking pinalitan, no? Pero totoo yun. Ang daming contributions nito bago ako dumating dito. Ito lang kinatatayuan natin, building na to. That's really through the efforts of Ma'am Bing. Pero tumulong naman ako kasi after that, di ba, nakakuha ka ng budget. Budget mo pa rin yun eh, alam ko eh. Ginamit natin para mapaganda ito, di ba, no? Okay. Saka hanga ako kay Ma'am Bing kasi yung MOR actually, nasa Cavite ako noon as Provincial Development Officer. Gusto namin yun. Actually yung MORR, di ba? Tapos nung nandito na kami, tinanong ko si Attorney Neil, paano gagawin natin sa MORR? Napirma na ni Presidente. Di ba dapat i-implement? Yun na nga lang. Parang natabunan na siya ng events, no? Pero pag binalikan po natin yung MORR, napakagandang manual. No? And of course, my idol, Governor Obet Pagtanganan. No? Governor Obet, nung ako po ay nasa Cavite as PCDO. Alam niyo, dito po ako unang natuto sa Bulacan. No? Sa Bulacan. Sa Bulacan, that time was declared as the Cooperative Capital of the Philippines. No? Naging idol ko. Kaya sabi ko kay Ma'am Bing noon, dapat ang Cavite ay sumunod na maging Cooperative Province of the Philippines. At napigyan naman kami ng plat ni Ma'am Bing that time. No? Siyempre, si Asek Boy Lasaga, makailan lang kami nag-meet dito sa Piñan Laguna. No? At marami na siyang mga iniisip para sa kagaganda ng serbisyo ng Cooperative Development Authority. Pero kaming pagpapartneran nito eh. Sana matuloy yun. No? And of course, Asek Sam. Si Asek Sam, naging driver ko po nung ako'y nasa Quezon during na national driver. Yun ang hindi ko makakalimutan. Iyak ako talaga noon dahil inalok niya, halika, iyahatid ka namin. So, and of course, Commander Bravo, is the first time I met you personally. No? So, napakaganda po at pumasok kayo sa Kilusang Kooperatiba. No? Yung presentations nyo kanina, napakaganda yung message sa akin. Siyempre, naganda na kaibigan po at talagang ito po ay nung ako chairman ay nagkasama na kami dito simula sa Jollibee hanggang papunta rito para ito ay maging CDA administrator. No? At gano'n na lang, ang ganda na namin pagsasama. Sa lahat ng mga narito, siyempre, andyan si Director Ray, ED Ray, DED Bani Platero, si Lani, si Lisa, kasama natin dito. Hindi ko na isa-isay, napakatagal. Baka sabihin ninyo, nang bati na lang ako. Wala na akong mensahe. Pero kasi kanina pa ako nag-iisip ng aking sasabihin. Ginugulo nga ako noong meeting na nangyayari ngayon doon sa Imus. Kaya lagi na lang ako kung nasa aking cellphone. Pero siyempre, it will be a sin kapag hindi ko sin on my part, pag hindi ko binate ang ating CDA Chairman, Orlando Vanera. Wow. Sabi nga niya, sneaker niya, my forever BFF. Okay, so napakaganda po ng mga nangyayari sapagkat ang CDA ay nasa ikatlong dekada na. Naranasan ko na noon ay halos may mga kampanya na CDA, i-abolish na yan. Because the meaning of CDA is cannot do anything. Ano ba yung ibang term? Ang daming term. Yun yung pag-upo. Kaya sabi ko noon, okay, pilitin natin na baguhin yung impression na yan sa CDA. No? Kasi ang taas ng expectations sa CDA ng ating constituents, ng ating mga clients, mga folks. Pero hindi natin maibigay. No? Which is, up to this time, ay alam ko yan din yung ating binabata mula sa kasalukuyan. But nung makita ko itong tema, napakaganda. CDA, ikatlong dekada, katuwag sa pagbabago sa kaunlaran at kapayapaan. Tama-tama. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Bing kanina, we have a new CDA Charter, RA 11364. Ang dami talaga magbabago. Dahil ngayon, magiging chairman ng CDA ay medyo maalwa na. You will just be acting as a presiding officer. Ayusin mo yung takbo ng lahat ng clusters being managed by all the board members. Diba? Utusan ang administrator kung ano yung mga dapat gawin. Di tapos na tayo noon. Diba? Kung nasabi nga ni Ma'am Bing na noon ang daming issues and concerns na hinarap niya, ako ganon din. Ayan, alam ni Chairman Orlan, Yusek Orlan, na nademanda pa tayo. Di ba? Oo, kasama pa na si Ovet, di ba? Oo, nademanda pa tayo. Dahil that time, ay nagbuo tayo ng 3-point agenda. Although, sabi nga ni Atty. Neil, tuloy nating lahat itong mga programa kung ano itong nakalagay sa COOP, sa Philippine COOP Medium-Term Development Plan. Pero gumawa tayo ng focus activities. Pero tinawag namin yung focus activities na yun na 3-point agenda. Yun yung na-present kanina. At ang author ko niyan, ayan, si D.E.D. Bali Platero. Tama? Di ba ikaw kung ano? So, mainstreaming. Ang una kasing mandato sa akin noon ng Malacanang, ang kukunti pa ang miyembro ng Cooperative. Nasaan yung sinasabi ninyo na potent force? So, nakausap natin noon si Senator Butch Aquino. Siya yung nagsabi, pasukin natin ang utilities, electric co-ops, waterworks, para dumami yung mga miyembro natin. Kasi automatic, yung lahat ng consumers noon ay magiging member. Yun na nga lang. Nung pinasok na namin yun, andun na yung demand. Andun na yung, nung una-una, nung hindi pa namin masyadong ine-expose yung 3-point agenda ng mainstreaming na yun, electric co-op, okay pa sa atin yung ating, how do we call it, yung ating Department of Finance attached agency tayo doon di ba? Okay pa, kung ano yung kailangan bigay. After a year, andun na yung madudugo na labanan. Na pag nahingi tayo ng budget, ang sabi ng DOF, hingi ka ng budget ano ba kayo tine-generate na revenue? Alam ni Yusek Orlan na ako noong sinesermon ni Secretary Cesar Purisima, inoperan nga ako ni Biaya.
Hindi, ito yung nangawakan ko.
Oh, sexy!
The same plaque of recognition is awarded to Carlito V. Buwan. That's for 32 years of service. More than the 30 years of CDA. Same plaque of recognition is awarded to same plaque of recognition is awarded to Romeo A. Concepcion for 32 years also. Same plaque of recognition is awarded to Rodolfo P. Onsur, also for 32 years with CDA. Same plaque of recognition is awarded to Milrado G. Calia for 22 years for his tireless and selfless dedication to his duties. So same plaque of recognition is awarded to Lorna C. Macabo, also for 32 years. We also have two employees who have reached this far. Kaso lang they cannot come today because they are sick. So we have, let's recognize them. We have Gresenda C. Playoko and Aurelia P. Fernandez. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to the service awardees of the Cooperative Development Authority. Kasi tanda nila ang CDA. Or mas nakita kasi na Philippines. So congratulations. I'm sure others are looking forward to also reach this far. So makikita naman siguro sa mga mukha kung sino lang susunod ng mga awardees natin. So just brace yourself and wait for your turn. Thank you very much. Once again, another big hand, please. Or at this point, ladies and gentlemen, sir, please remain. We will now be unveiling the new CDA logo. Because we are now under the Department of Trade and Industry. So we now request our board of directors to please.
Thank you po. Sir, thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, so remind you, let's now unveil our new CDA logo in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So from now on, that will be the logo that we will be using.
Wala nang OP. Ayan siya ngayon.
And we will request Ma'am Lailani Carriazo to read what it's all about, this logo. So let's now have the reason, the meaning of the new logo of the Cooperative Development Authority. So without giving it to my
Now, the meaning of the new CDA logo. The CDA logo is trying to present us to the logo of the President of the Philippine Republic, as it suggests that the CDA, upon creation, was placed under the office of the President, giving historical significance to the emergence of a new tendency of the government. Tasked to promote the viability and growth of cooperatives as instrument of equity, social justice, as we likewise adopted the four element colors of the Philippine flag, the meaning of the colors are confirmed to be the same as in the CDA logo. The blue represents traits such as justice, peace, sacrifice, and truth. The red symbolizes valor, courage, and patriotism. The white stands for fraternity, liberty, and equality. The yellow, on the other hand, is symbolic of freedom, unity, democracy, and sovereignty. The outline of the three persons arranged in a triangle, linking their arms, symbolizes the three sectors working hand in hand towards nation building: the public, the private, and the emerging third sector, the co-op sector. The seven cogs in the wheel of industry represent the six clusters under RA 11364 and the CDA as an organization. The 8 rays of the sun symbolize the 7 statements of the cooperative identity and the principle of subsidiarity. This new logo of the Cooperative Development Authority was approved pursuant to the Board of Directors Resolution number 057, series of 2020, dated February 25, 2020. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Layaki Kayaso. So that will be our logo from Office of the President. This time we have the Cooperative Development Authority. So before we will now have our closing remarks, we will be requesting all our guests that to please look onto our screen, as this will be the proposed building of the Cooperative Development Authority. That will also be situated and located here on this site. So that will be what we are looking for the next years, 2 years. So the next 2 years. So you will be seeing a new home for the Cooperative Development Authority. Okay? Why not give ourselves another big round of applause, please? So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, to give us the closing remarks, help me welcome and let's give a big hand to the Executive Director of Cooperative Development Authority, Ray R. Alabaso.
Maraming salamat, Joe. Isa pong mapagpalang hapon sa kanilang lahat. Hapon po.
Doon sa baba nila.
Like, of course, with respect, our board of CDA board, Chairman Alan Romanera,
Kapitan Villanueva III, ASEC Sam Binula, ASEC Dato Disimban, and ASEC Boy Lasaki. Sir, we'd like to also give our respect to our former bosses, those who inspired us during the beginning days of the Cooperative Development Authority. We have former Chairman Roberto Pagtanganan, who inspired us with his book and Revolution sa Cooperative, sir. During our field personnel days, this is our guidebook to organize cooperatives in the grassroots level. So yun ang aming binabasa at yun ang aming inspirasyon sapagkat ng mga panahong yun, we have learned in cooperative books and literature. So wala po kaming mabasa kundi yung libro ng ating pong dating chairman Pagtanganan. Of course, nagbigay sa atin ng personally, yung nagbigay ng tsansa sa liderato ng inyong lingkod sa Cordillera Extension Office, Mang Ding Juarez, and nagbigay sa atin ng uwang para po sa dito po sa Central Office, Sir Emmanuel Santiago. Nagtiwala sa ating mga chairman ng Cooperative Development Authority. At sa ating pong mga bisita ngayong araw na ito, of course, we have here with us USEC Christine Evangelista of DA, and our leaders from the Bangsamoro Transition Authority. Ang kanina po, nagsalita sa atin ang ating pong Commander Bravo, MP Abdullah Makapaa, sir. At ang ating dating kasama dito sa Cooperative Development Authority, MP Jamila Ramos. Yung dalaga pa ay MP Disimban sana, pero Ramos na yan. Sa inyo pong lahat, mga kasamahan po sa Cooperative Development Authority, kasama natin ang isang sundalo na hinahangaan natin. Ang ating pong Lieutenant Jerome Macuba. At sa mga contractors na nandito pa ngayon, kasama natin, at mga ex-com members na nandito pa, at ang staff natin. That's our honorees. Sa po muli, magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. Indeed, we have talked about the CDA in its 3 decades of existence. CDA, tatlong dekada, natuwang sa pagbabago sa punlaran ng kapayapaan. Kung ano ang tinayuan ng Cooperative Development Authority noong mga panahon ito ay nagsisimula, patuloy po namin pinataguyod at pinapalawak pa. At nawa po ang inyong mga pagsisikap ng mga nauna sa amin ay magkaroon po ng hustisya sa nakikita niyo pong pagtutuloy ng Cooperative Development Authority sa ngayon. Marami na po kayong nagawa at ito po, ang mga nakita niyo ngayon, yan po ay resulta ng inyong pong efforts ng mga nakakarang panahon. And, lakpan po natin. Kami naman po ay nasa bagong yugto ng labanan. May mga bagong laban po sa mga panahong ito na hindi natin nakita ng mga unang yugto ng ating pong lakbayan sa kilusang Cooperative. At nawa, kami po ay manalangin ninyo na tuloy-tuloy ang pagbabago sa ating bansa sa pamamagitan po ng kilusang Cooperative. At ang kilusang Cooperative ito na ngayon ay marami ng challenge. We have global challenges today. Not only that we are an open economy already, but also we are being challenged now by economic slowdown dahil po sa isang nagbabanta ng pandemic. But let's find our place, cooperative leaders, Cooperative Development Authority. Let's find our place in this battle, in this new battle of the new age. Maraming salamat po dahil po nagtatapos ang 30th anniversary today of ating
Thank you very much, sir. Before we will go, we request everyone to please stand as we will be singing a happy birthday song to Cooperative Development Authority, celebrating 30 glorious years. So, sing ba? Meron ba tayong sound, Sir Chan? Let's Okay, so happy birthday to CDA. We no longer know that I'm the, because sabi nga isa rin may pandemic, makawalan ng tayo sa train. So, we would like to acknowledge from Pastor na Israel Mabatan, from God, Mr. Dr. Sartus, and Evangelista Dinik from the Department of Culture, Alere Bangilage, and all of us. Thank you very much for that. So everybody, we will have our early dinner downstairs. So we would like to invite you all to join us in our dinner celebration on the 30th anniversary of CDA. So thank you very much, everyone. Good afternoon, and hope to see you again as we celebrate another milestone in the history of Cooperative Development Authority. Thank you, everyone. So we request everyone to please proceed to the ground floor. So for our guests, kindly proceed to the ground floor. We will be having our